All right. What is up? What's up for another wonderful day of this boxing talk? Oh, Shanua Farmer. Of course they are. Of course they are. I told you that's just the job. They're not going to stop. It's not going to stop because I told them to stop. So they got to keep going. Don't ignore it. It's just the job. They're not going to stop. It's not going to stop because I told them to stop. So they got to keep going. All right. I told you what the move was going to be. Told you. Keep dragging his name. Don't make it, just make the fight. So it seems like they tried to do both. Hopefully they're going to try to do both. But I said I'm done with that whole I'm done with that whole topic. Like I said, I'm done with that topic. People can do whatever they want to do. You know, one thing you guys got to understand about me, man, about this situation is that I do this video in my room, in my office. And I don't really see a lot of real people in this. This is all electronic. So whatever, dog, really doesn't make me any difference. But I am going to proceed to move on off the subject. Hey, Damon West said, holy smokes, Batman. Fannon gives Bud a good title. Can't wait. Oh, yes, I owe Bud an apology. I do. I owe you an apology, Mr. Crawford. And I'm going to hope there's a lot of people here when I make the apology. But I owe Bud Crawford an apology. My bad. I didn't know. I know now. You know what I mean? I understand now. Pale Hurtado said, don't defend him, man. Facts are for him being in the PBC would be... Nah, dog, let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you something, man. Nah. Try that shit with somebody else some other day. No. If I had a $3 million contract guaranteed from Bob Arum right now, and they asked me to go to the PBC, I very well might tell them no. You kidding me? I might very well tell them no. Why? You're never going to get no. Hell no. You don't witness the treatment of Gary Russell Jr. and then think that people don't see that and can't take that into consideration when they determine whether they want to work with you. I'm not going to belabor the explanation, but no, I understand why he wouldn't. I don't even think I got to repeat it. My conceptions in that regard are gone. Completely gone. Blown away. Gone. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Because if you have to work in that time, if what I think happened and I'm not going to go over it, happened, no. Why would you go for why? Why would you? If you have any suspicion that Floyd Mayweather Jr. don't like you. That's like going to Oscar De La Hoya and signing with Oscar De La Hoya and Oscar De La Hoya can't stand you. Why would you go there? If you have the potential to be the greatest fighter in the world and do better than Floyd Mayweather Jr., why would you go to the PBC? Sign with him. Why would you sign with him? See, I told you my perception is gone. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the PBC. He might as well be. Because he has the power to blackball people and stop people and put media out and do all that. There's nothing you can do with him within the confines of the PBC. You're completely powerless against the dude. He might as well own it. If you don't have any intermediary that has the ability to allow him, no. And he ain't even acting like it's him. He's hiding behind a screen some fucking where. Fuck no. Nigga, there's some nigga behind the screen. No. I told you that's the fucking problem when you get caught with a cat's paw. Now you got to assume there's a fucking cat's paw. You'd be stupid not to. Fuck no. Fuck no. Why would I? No, I wouldn't want to work in that environment. Would you want to work in that environment? Please. Don't tell me from a professional standpoint you want to work in that environment where somebody, the owner, who ain't really an owner, he's just somebody monstrously influential, right? Who probably does own it, hates you. What fucking type of, and that nigga and him, little narcissistic ass, I have to be the king of the world ass type dude who can't even respect Muhammad Ali? Are you fucking nuts? I would never work for him. Never in a million years would I work for him. Like, never. There's not a fucking chance. You ever worked for a narcissist? Working for narcissists is not fucking fun. Okay, fuck no. I would never work for him. Never. The only reason that I said that I would, because maybe I would work for Al Heyman. He seems like he got some fucking sense. You can learn some shit. But if Al don't really, if Floyd got pulled like that, fuck no. Man, I'd be a liar if I said that, man. No, I would not work in that environment. Unless you pay me fucking ridiculous sums of money. Ridiculous sums of money. No. You be fighting once a year, having fucking media campaigns run on you. How the fuck would I sign up for that? That shit sounds fucking stupid. That would be stupid to me. That'd be stupid to you. Stupid to anybody else that ain't getting paid dumb sums of money. You get paid dumb sums of money, go on ahead. Get your dumb sums of money. But dog, I need dumb sums of money. Because I'm never going to be a superstar. I'm never going to be the man. Ever. There's no way that dude will ever let somebody in a company that he owns outshine him. No fucking way. No fucking way. You will never outshine that nigga. Never. Ever. Okay? Never. So why the fuck would you do that? Never. And he's not straightforward. You don't even know if it's him talking to you. Send some representative or some other type of shit or some type of something coming at you from some dishonest angle. Fuck no. Why would you work with that? I would never, and I would never enter into a contract negotiation with somebody like that. Never. In a million years. When I see the fucking piece of paper, I would turn that shit down. When I saw it, I would be like, no. Who else is available? Is there anywhere else I can work to earn some money? Because I'm telling you, I've worked for a narcissist for a lot of money. And it is better to work. And I've worked for a not so much narcissistic dude, for less money. I'll take the less money in the better work environment. Any day of the year, any day of the week, especially with all that type of stupid shit going on. No fucking way. I owe Terence Crawford an apology. Underestimated that man's ability to know what the fuck was going on. No way. And I don't know if he knows what's going on. But that work environment, I'm not talking about what anybody does, dude. And matter of fact, aside from it, just totally aside from it. Even if it just the fact that he's the owner, aside from the dishonesty shit. The thing that got me, I expect people to be dishonest. I really do. The cat's paw, these, what are the different things that they tried? Mirroring, where they try to give you back exactly what they think that you want to hear. They keep giving you what you want to hear, giving you what you want to hear. And at the end, they ask you to sign up for something. Like, dog. Everybody else was calling it like churchmen. That's just what that is. It's like, it's a hard sell. No. That's just a regular thing. But the blackballing of people, nah, because you always at risk of getting blackballed. That's why people won't talk to nobody. And people are way too quiet at the PBC. Way too quiet. Way too quiet. Like, nigga, every time I talk to somebody anywhere around the PBC, it sounds like you got to go underneath the fucking mountain somewhere to fucking talk. Like, nigga, hold on, I ain't want to talk to y'all if it's got to be like that. It's got to be secret squirrel like that. Nigga, I don't want to be nowhere where you got to talk secret squirrel. If you at work, you should, other than something that is literally for real, a non-disclosure issue. You should be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say to anybody about anything, as long as it's not specifically tied to business. You shouldn't have any issues with who you go talk to in the media, who you have on your channel. Wait, man, what the fuck? If you're an independent contractor, why the fuck you care where people go? That's an employee if you do that. And guess what that is? That's tax evasion. If you are treating these motherfuckers like employees and telling them where they can go and what they can do, but you are paying them like independent contractors, you owe taxes. And the IRS can audit you. Don't tell people what they can do and what they can't do outside of the workplace or inside of the workplace. If they're a 1099, you have got to allow them to control their own work. And I find it amazing that people find so much pressure even to say hello to people. Fuck out of here, man. You two secrets fucking squirrel. All that fucking cloak and dagger bullshit. Man, fuck that cloak and dagger bullshit, dude. This shit is like, fuck that. Just fucking tear the walls down and tell people what the fuck is going on. And if you got a better product, succeed. If you don't, fail. All that fucking manipulation, man. Fuck all that, man. Hell no. I owe Bud a fucking apology. These niggas need to fight. Now, Bud need to fight some fucking... Bud need to say he want to fight him. What good does it do if Bud says he doesn't want to fight him? Then you still stuck in the same fucking position saying you don't want to fight him. You ain't going to fight him. So cool. They don't got to fight you then. And they can go on about fighting each other and making each other a bunch of money because they're making a shitload of dough. Like I said, I would be there if I was making a shitload of dough. Errol Spence ain't got to go nowhere. Shawn Porter ain't got to go nowhere. Them dudes getting paid. Dude get paid nicely. Well, treated well. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for all I'm just saying is a regular fucking blow Joe Blow? Fuck no. I wouldn't work in no fucking toxic work environment. That shit sucks. You know what I'm saying? Them toxic work environments suck. Never do that shit, man. Never. So anyway, on to hey, Mr. Bajraz, I'm gonna read my super chats today. He said, Mr. Bajraz said, you are a scholar and a gentleman. I appreciate you. Man, it's my pleasure, man. It's all good. It ain't nothing but a thing, man. You know, it ain't nothing but a thing. Black Belt Ben said, it's crazy how everyone throws Floyd's name and everything because they know he isn't going to respond. He did respond. I don't give a fuck if he responds. Fuck you mean? He did respond. He sent some nigga on. He sent Bill Haney to fucking represent me to his channel. He did respond. Fuck you talking about? Please say something. Please, Floyd. Please say something. I want him to. It'd be honest. Fuck all this cloak and dagger shit, man. Niggas know who the fuck is Pete. Come on. It's not that. Come on, man. The world ain't that big, man. I'm saying it ain't that big. Fuck out of here, man. With all that dumb shit. He did respond. He put a fucking video out on another channel saying, eat him alive. And then Devin Haney came out and said, Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather Jr. are not holding up the fight. That's what they did respond. You think they pulled that shit out of fucking thin air? He didn't respond. He didn't. Because he's got this fucking attitude like he's in a fucking zone way off in the fucking world. Like, nigga, no, you not. You 5'7" on the ground. Niggas know who you are. People see you. The arrogance, dog. The fucking arrogance is bananas. The arrogance is bananas. Nigga, I don't care about arrogance, man. We are all human fucking beings. Fuck out of here, dude. This fool about to cry. Nigga, okay, I am. Because when I hit the back of your mama's throat, that shit squeezes and it hurts. Nigga, please. You know what I'm saying? Man, please. Look, don't fucking get out there and just do stupid shit where people can see you doing stupid shit. Because when they see it and they say something about it, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just come on, man. Just come on. Somebody explain me. Somebody please explain to me why Terence Crawford should fight for Floyd Mayweather Jr. If you just want to take it that way, let me go ahead and just have a debate with you so I can blow you off the fucking face of the earth. Let's do it that way. Since we got a smaller crowd today, we back to normal. We ain't got all that dumb shit going on. Let's get down to it. Somebody explain to me, if I'm Terence Crawford, why I should sign with the PBC. You're going to lose. Fannon, money, success, power breeds arrogance. Oh, immense arrogance. Immense. Mind-boggling. Appropriate in some ways, as it results in boxing, appropriate in boxing, but it doesn't cross over very well. Doesn't cross over very well. Supreme arrogance in the ring should be matched by an equal amount of humility outside of the ring, and authentic humility, being blessed that people wanted to see you. But anyway, man, I'm not going to go off on that shit too long. All I'm saying is Terence Crawford, I have no problem with him staying at Top Rank, and I certainly hope that he should. I think the best way for him to get a mega fight is to continue to talk to Errol Spence Jr. as directly as possible and get the fight done. For real, for real. Nowhere near me, but for real, for real. Because the fight is already made. Bernie beat me on 1 point. Bernie the boxer beat me on one. He could have got me. I'll just tell you, the only argument Bernie the boxer had that he could have made to me, that he would have been able to survive it all, was he was right about the point that the fight doesn't need to be built. Everybody knows who Terence Crawford is. Everybody knows who Errol Spence Jr. is. There's no need to build it. You can just make the fight. You really can. You can really just make the fight. But I support Terence Crawford. I support Shawn Porter being the #1 mandatory and getting the fight before Bud. Because Bud fucked up. Because Bud is still, just because I say that I think that he's okay, there's no need for him to sign to Top Rank, doesn't mean I don't think that Bud is, blameless in the fact that he ain't fighting nobody. The only difference is now I'm like, maybe it's just acquiescence instead of intention, right? Maybe it's just you acquiesced not to calling anybody out or pushing for a fight because you don't want to, you don't want to upset the apple cart at Top Rank because you don't think that fight's going to happen. You know what I mean? And now, I understand, dude, there's a big hurdle to get a fight done between certain people in the PBC. There can be a big hurdle there, but that's just normal to places. If Bob Arum, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, dude, but see, Money D, when you talk about the cat squad, then you got to look at the extensions of it. And what does that mean? Look, dude, this is how I'm going to get off boxing for a second. If you're here for boxing, it's nice, but we're not going to do boxing for a second. Chi-Town in the house, what's up? Chi-Town in the house, what's up? Hey, Chi-Town, the city where you can drown in 4 inches of water. Hey, can y'all tell me how you can drown in 4 inches in 4-inch deep water? Nigga, that's Chi-Town. Okay. I know some crooks, dog. I know these motherfuckers don't play. I'm from Chicago. Dog, I grew up in Chicago doing business in Chicago. Okay. I know. All right. I know the cat's paw, dog. I know it. Also, I know that the ultimate thing is you can get rid of somebody. I understand that. There are niggas around me. There are people around me that just, y'all people talk about people went to jail. People went to jail for, people man, my cousin went to jail for murder. My cousin went to jail, or this dude went to jail for this. I'd be like, shit, my boy went to jail for embezzlement. My other boy went to jail. My other boy went to jail for improper disclosure of a conflict of interest. Another dude I know went to jail for racketeering, you know, like that type of shit. Like, that's the type of people that were around, like that shit that motherfuckers, like, I wasn't there. I was like doing IT. But man, these motherfuckers go to jail for like for real shit. So, dog, I'm telling you, when I used to tell y'all that I'd be in my neighborhoods, motherfuckers be robbing the whole motherfucking store. You're not blocked, think about. He said, Andre Smith said, salute Fannon. Missed the show yesterday, but I still look at it. Cat paw, I believe you keep doing what you're doing, friend, to this day. Oh, dog, that's the dub. Yeah, all the governors in jail. Oh, yeah, I was kicking it with Blagojevich. Dog, I was down with Blagojevich, dog. I was going to be down. I was going to be down, dog. I was going to be down with him, dog. I had some cats, like, appointed to some boards. Like, I had a dude that was going to be, I got a dude appointed to a board. And it was like he fucked up because he had a DUI on his record. Yeah, those real criminals. Yeah. Yeah, I used to work for, like, dog, look. No, dude, no. I'm just talking about them niggas on Chicago. Them dudes in Chicago. Not me. I was just in the neighborhood. That's all I'm saying. I was just in the general neighborhood. So I know that shit, dog. It's like, come on, man. I mean, motherfuckers know the game. So it's the game. I got the game, dog. I know what's up. All right, so all I'm saying is, dude, man, come on, man. No okie dokes. And it's dangerous, dude, within the organization, dog. It's just not right, man. Deep analogies, Fannon. No worries, man. No worries. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't care, man. Whatever amount of likes you guys want to get, man. I don't give a fuck. Like it or not. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it if you like it. I appreciate if you like it. The women in Shy, no joke either, Fannon, right? Oh, no. Very nice. Very strong personalities, man. Very strong personalities. Tyrone DePlatte said, love the show. I'm always getting so much good information. Have a blessed day. Yeah, said Bud, my favorite fighter of this boxing era. Hey, man, look, I'm just saying. Oh, Kane, the bad guy, said the real criminals don't worry about laws because they influence them. No. Incorrect. They don't worry about the laws because they write them. No, you're a little more direct. They don't give a fuck because they write them. You know? But anyway, man, so yeah, I feel Terence Crawford on that. I think that he made a good decision with that guaranteed money. Because I can't see him prospering. I can't see him prospering next in the PBC. I see him getting frozen out in the PBC. I think he would get frozen out in the PBC. It took a lot of public pressure to get Errol Spence Jr.'s fights in the PBC. Nobody wanted to fight Errol Spence Jr. You remember that? Nobody wanted to fight Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. had to go over to the UK and fight over in the UK to get a shot at any of those belts. He had to go the hardest way that you could possibly go to get a championship. Why, Fannon? I'm not going to say it, but you know, like I'm saying, when you just look, man, says Chicago, the only place we're saying bet could mean I confirm I'm gonna mess you up. Yeah, dog, it's like the murder capital of the fucking earth in every foreseeable level. Like I said, dog, there are people in Chicago, dude. There's a judge in Chicago that drowned in 4 inches of water. There's a judge that drowned in 4 inches of water. How does that happen? You know what I'm saying? How does that happen? Your ass, you know? Come on, man. So it's like, look, dude, I know that there's reasons why people stay shut and all of that. Stay keep their mouth shut and all that. But why would you sign up to enter it? Because once you're in it, you're in it. You know, once you're in it, you're in it. Once you're in the game, once you're in that system, you know where the money is and you know how people make money, you're in it. So there's no need to upturn the apple cart and all that shit. You know what I mean? If you're getting paid massive amounts of money. But see, here's the worry. This is the worry that I think boxing fans should worry about. This is my concern. Much love in the super chat. Todd French said there are a lot of institutional bureaucracy and organizational structures. Cost-benefit analysis happens daily. There are a lot of interpersonal alliances in large organizations. Fannon, the Don, the man. Exactly. Exactly. What he means is there's a lot of bullshit whenever you have people that work in it's the employee system. And a lot of interpersonal alliances, absolutely. But see, you're saying in large corporations, but Todd French, this is a small business, which makes them even more that way. It's even more that way in a small business because you can hide in a big business. You can't hide in a small business. You have, like, when you're in a small business, like, say for, like, if you have less than 1,000 employees, if you have less than 1,000 employees, I think that you are organizationally a small business because there's nobody that does not know everybody involved in that. If you have about 600, and also because 600, I mean, like 1,000, and that's including like the subcontractors. But if you look at the PBC is a small business. It's not a medium-sized business. It's not a big business in the sense that what it takes, the people involved in their transactions. They're big in the sense that in certain fights, they move their decimal points over. But as far as what they need to do to organize and do their work, they outsource the vast majority of that. So those are not their employees. Those are 1099s, right? Who's coordinating works in different areas of the country, right? You know what I'm saying? So they're just not a big business. So when they're not a big business, you're more at risk for the abuses that take place. They're very powerful people. Employers and managers in business are very powerful people. They can ruin your lives. Human resource people can ruin your lives. You just have to be careful, man. And like sometimes you don't know because like an owner or a major customer can really influence what's going on. Really influence. A major customer can get you fired, like gone. And you may not fight. You might definitely off the project get you gone, right? But from your company, they may get you gone if the shit's bad enough. And since you have agency, I won't get into that. That's just kind of like that type of stuff. But look, man, I do not go to work where people are doing that stuff. You can assume it, but not know it. Because what happens is now you got to understand that you got to go into your specific area, right? Because now I think, and I'm going to be analytical as I can be. I'm not 78. Much love. He said, Chicago Italian beef sandwich dipped is the best sandwich on planet Earth. Just facts. Random. Yes. Those are some good ass sandwiches. Don't really mess with them a lot, but good ass sandwiches. They be killing them out there. So here's the problem. All right. Here's the problem. And here I'm going to go into the mind of a narcissist for you. This is the problem. In every industry, there's different ways that you can go and leverage power. The more experienced somebody is, the more ways that they know how to leverage power. The more of the little ways they know to fuck you. Right? Like little things. You'd be surprised the influence of little things. Size of your locker room, air AC being off, little things. Check showing up late. Million little ways to fuck people over. But in boxing, it's even more dangerous. Because, dude, Bob Arum has multiple fighters fighting underneath him that wound up with loaded gloves. Bob Arum himself has testified that he admitted bribing the president of the IBF. Floyd is now a much bigger promoter than Bob Arum. Much bigger. Like twice as big. If you consider the PBC his. He is the most powerful man in boxing, easy. Bar none. Nobody close. If he has significant influence over Al Haymon, which I think we know he does. That's just obvious. Al Haymon is immensely powerful man. More than likely in areas that in which he has no worry about his business partner. Probably has free range to make major things happen. I just wonder if Floyd says pump the brakes, if those brakes don't get pumped immediately. And in that case, despite the size of the monstrous hands and the terrible motherfucking spikes at the end of it, still a cat's paw. It's not the cat's mouth. In that particular circumstance. And that's why you have to be careful, because if you do not give Floyd Mayweather Jr. his true credit as the most powerful man in boxing, you don't know what he's capable of. That's the mistake that I made. I willingly allowed myself to separate him from Al Haymon in my mind. Even though in my heart of hearts, I knew that there's no way that I can be separate. And I've said it multiple times. There's no way that can be separate. They are like brothers, right? But one brother is worth $20 million and the other brother is worth $600 million. So who's the bigger brother? The guy that's worth 20 million, that got people to take out, that found people to invest their money in a venture that Floyd Mayweather Jr. gets paid on, or the guy that pulled out $500 million as the central focal point of the entire organization through his actions in the contract with Showtime and since that time, now with Fox. Floyd is a business genius. I understand that, and I respect that. In this sense, just like he is a great fighter. No, I'm not going to say that. He is a great businessman. It's not genius, because this is shit's been, it's just how you do it. Al Haymon is a businessman. For sure. Man, he's a businessman. But he's a businessman, and all businesses succumb to leverage. The A side. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the most powerful man in boxing. He might be the most powerful man in the history of boxing. Straight up. He's bigger than Don King. Because he doesn't have any competition. None. None. Eddie Hearn is hanging on to a scrappy ass app that's about to fail. Bob Arum, 90 years old, 95 years old. That whole organization is off his brand. And he's underperforming with subpar talent on ESPN while Floyd Mayweather Jr. is sitting on the top of the greatest talent pool of boxing on the face of the earth. With the power to create and destroy careers. That is the most powerful man in the history of boxing. Floyd Mayweather Jr. And that's when he says, I'm greater than Ali. I own this bitch. Ali didn't own this bitch. I own this bitch. I'm a $200 billion man in revenue. You niggas can't breathe on me. And if you act like you want to do some shit crazy, I'll throw a fight the same day as yours. See how that promotion goes. Nigga, I suck up all the air in the room. Anytime I want. That's a raging narcissist. It's what it is. You will not fuck with him if you're with him. So if he gets to his full power, nothing that dude couldn't do from the position that he's in. Nothing. If he was as smart as me, nothing. Nothing. And I mean that to everybody. Nothing. He's only fucking 42. He's a kid. He's a kid. I don't even mind the fact I respect the game. I know what he's doing. I'm senior to him in that particular type of business. It's a powerful dude. Why would you want to sign with him if he thinks you have the same ability to go the same path that he went? No, he's going to cut that shit off. The lion kills the babies. I'm the king. When I take over, I find every motherfucker that ain't got my genes, everybody that ain't me, and I'm going to kill every nigga in here. So that the only people are here, only lions here are going to be my lions. Lions only. It's politics. And he's the most powerful dude there. So no, he's not going to talk to me. It'd be done. Like, I'm surprised they kept up the attack. I'm surprised they did what I told them to do. Honestly. But he's just young and not a good negotiator. He's ham-handed. But he won't be next time. But they won't be next time. They learn. They mirror. How many times? But I'm not going to get to the subject. No, I would not fight. No, I would not work in that environment myself. Unless you paid me a lot of money, then I would be the worst thing you ever saw in your life if I worked for Floyd Mayweather. You niggas would not know what was coming and going. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Because I'm a raging narcissist. I know. I just tried not to feed that part of myself. That's why I know it's him. With a lot of shit. I mean, a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit out there. But it's love. Because I want to see a black man do well. I want to see him succeed. He's going to be the greatest boxing man in the history of boxing. Be the best. Be the most ethical. The most upstanding. The great example. Don't get caught up with YouTube niggas catching you being sneaky. That's beneath you. That is beneath you. All of this is beneath you. You should be raising these fighters up. Looking to make them successful. Because then they'll be lions for you. If somebody were to treat Gary Russell Jr. like he loved him and he cared about his family, for real, instead of, not instead of, because I don't know what's going on, but just say, for example, if I was dealing with you and I had two ways to get you to do what I wanted. I could either starve you out because you can only work for me and I'll give you the very bare minimum until you bow down and come back and ignore, say, a lawsuit that you had against me for conflicts of interests and dragged you back like a dog. Or I could love you and say, my bad, man. Love you. I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. I should have known that is unethical. I know that that's unethical now. I didn't know it was unethical before, but now I know it's unethical because I have a duty to you. My duty is to not mistreat you. That is called a duty of care that you have for any other human being. And it is supposed to be one of the fundamental bedrocks of civilization, which is why we are not animals running around killing each other's babies. As much as we love the metaphor, it's a fucking metaphor. Or analogy, whatever it is. Not supposed to actually do it. You're not supposed to actually do it. Just like that stupid fucking book. Let me tell you about this stupid fucking book that leads niggas to make more stupid fucking mistakes than any other stupid fucking book I've ever read in my life. The 7 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, or 9. What is it? 7 or 9 Rules of Power by Robert. All the shit you niggas keep trying. First of all, everybody read the book. Yeah, playbook's out at Barnes and Nobles. Number 2, if it was really that good, they wouldn't sell it to you for $12. Just like The Secret. The secret of The Secret was that they only gave you half the secret, and they left the other half of the secret out. Right? Just be respectful of people, man. Just, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I would want. That's why I can't support, like, can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I'm getting ready for these fights. I'm like, man, no, man. Yeah, focus ball. Thank you. Yes, that's what I lost my train of thought. 48 rules of power of taking your money. Yeah, 48 rules, whatever it is. I don't even worry about the count. You know the problem is? It's useful if you use it. If you use it to know what other people are going to do. That's useful. That's useful. Oh, that's what they're going to do to me? You know what the only secret is that will protect all of that from you, from all of that nonsense that they talk about in that book? You know what will break every move? Almost every move? The truth. The truth. People knowing the truth. Folks all said exactly. I spot that behavior. Yeah, because you recognize it. Yeah, man. You look. That's why you read it. You don't read it for anything else. You don't read it to do it. You read it because other people will be dumb enough to read that book and try that shit. But it's just called gaslighting. That's all it is. All that shit is gaslighting. It's gaslighting. It's white supremacy. It's gas. Well, that's what it is. You are actively participating in white supremacy. One of the key weapons of white supremacy is the cat's paw. It's a tool. It's one of the main tools of white supremacy. Without a doubt. Right up there with it's like Willie Lynch, but for real. It's like Willie Lynch letter for real. Like, it's on that list of shit. If I wanted to ruin your fucking life, shit to do. All that shit is monstrously unethical. Monstrously unethical. It is a piece of trash book unless you read it to know what other people are going to get geeked up to try. And you can see all that shit coming a mile away, especially if you know what it is. So why would you do that? It is used in prison. Exactly. But see, here's the thing, man. Even when people understand power, it's okay. Rules of power. What's the power? Is it the money? It didn't say 48 rules of money. It didn't even if that shit was worth it, which it's not, because in the long run, you're going to be miserable more than likely. You're going to get caught with that shit because you're modeling it for other people. You think you're being cute behind the scenes, but what you're really doing is training other people to do that shit to you. The people that are around you, because they model you, they look up to you, they envy you, and that envy you turns to jealousy. And then that jealousy turns to aggression. And aggression means my game against your game. And no, man, that's why do it. The best way to win a game is not to play it. The best way to win an argument is not to have it. It's not to have it. What? Hey, Kim Jenkins. Goodbye. It's nice knowing you. So, I'm not talking about that fight. Who is a business genius then? I don't even know if it's possible that there is one at this point within the system of capitalism. I don't even know if there is one. Because the idea of taking more than you give somebody is unethical. If you are consciously giving something to somebody for less than, for that imbalance of value, that profit proposition, that doesn't work in the household. If you take that same business proposition, the model of a business, that does not apply to a community. It doesn't apply to a family. So say the business genius for me would be this: a person that knows how to treat an organization as if it is a family, truly a family. And families don't give one child something that they don't give another child to. Another child. Parents are not supposed to favor one child and say, because you're my special child, Gervonta, I'm going to give you all of this. I'm going to give you everything you need. But because I don't like you, whoever, I'm not going to give you attention. I'm just not going to allow you to, I'm just going to make you fight guys that are tough to fight. And, you know, yours are going to be farther because I don't like you. You're not going to do that to your child. Would you do that to your child? Would you purposely treat one child and another child like that? If you're a family? Of course not. If you did, you'd be a fucking psychopath, and you don't need to be the head of the family and say, oh, the food you get on this table is like your love and what you're willing to support your children with depends on what the children's going to do. It's conditional. Well, maybe I'll feed you a little bit today if you do something I like. Okay, turn your homework in on time or I'm not going to feed you. Dog, you would think that person would be fucking horrible person in a family. But that same father might be able to go out and do a job and make a bunch of money and stockpile the money and give the money to the people that he wants to give the money to, the kids that he wants the money to give the money to. Is that a genius? No, that's a fucking raging narcissist. And what a lot of people mix up for businessmen are just raging narcissists. They're not, what do you mean businessmen? First of all, so let's talk about stop. No, you have effective businessmen. Effective businessmen. Effective. Because the only bottom line about whether or not you are a effective business mind is what? Your profit. You have to have some type of metric to call somebody a genius. And did they make that metric? I have a 167 IQ. I am a genius, right? That type of thing. However, so in the same thing, you have to have some type of number to assign to whether somebody's a business genius or not. I don't know if Floyd is one. I've not seen the bottom dollar. I've not seen his books. It's profit that makes you that way. Who cares if you got a gigantic corporation and you're losing money every year? And it's really just a debt factory running. I don't know who the genius businessmen are. All I can see is the effects. And dude, since we're living in an oligarchy, dude, you all work for the same people. You think we talking to the real people that are important, that make that money? Dude, please. Genius businessmen. I don't even know what that means. But if you mean effective, yes, it's highly effective to be a narcissist in a corporate environment. It is. That's why they rise to the top, because they're ruthless. They will hurt people. They will lie. They'll cheat. They'll steal. They'll do whatever they need to do. They'll set you up. They'll frame you. They'll put drugs in your desk. If you're somebody in a corporate America, you fucking kidding me? You kidding me? The things people will do to you in corporate America, this shit is fucking child play. And I mean it. Literally child's play. I work with a dude I was on a plane with, dog, and he was telling me straight up. He was like, man, I was like, man, where you going? He's like, I'm going to Brazil. I was like, man, you ain't worried at all? I was like, man, I ain't worried about that shit. I got my own security force. We don't worry about them. We don't worry about the locals. Got my own security force. Nobody coming near me. You know what I mean? Like that. Man, stop. Stop. Who do you think it is with Venezuela? You think that, who the fuck you think that is? That's how fuck you think that is. What you kind of think? Businessmen, you kidding me? Businessmen will have more bodies on their motherfucking record than any nigga in the street. Any nigga in the street. Easy. Easy. It's not even close. You don't play with them. What? Businessmen? You think niggas running around the hood is fucking with businessmen? Real ones? Man, please, they'll buy up your neighborhood and you be out of there. All they got to do is build a couple fucking shops in your neighborhood, raise up the fucking property value, buy up houses, come in there with cheap cash. You the fuck out. What? What hood? There ain't no hood. Nigga, you out the hood. The hood, the hood is Yuppieville now, nigga. Get out. Fuck up. Pick your shit up and move, nigga. You got 6 years before we set this shit up. Nigga, please. They move your whole neighborhoods and you don't see that shit. Don't play Dr. Business. Businessmen are to be feared. Are you serious? Them boys got shit. You don't think they do? They're legal. It's legal. And it's legal. Now I'm talking about real businessmen. I'm talking about big businessmen. Man, that shit. No, man, that is no. No, they aren't what? Man, please. Please. They're gods. They're gods. They walk the earth like gods. Now, y'all think these dudes is rich. No. You made she. You tripping, bro. Okay, yeah, I'm tripping. Really? Hey, man, can somebody tell me who the Koch brothers are? Anybody know who the Koch brothers are? Put in the chat who the Koch brothers are now that I'm now demonetized. Put in the link who the Koch brothers are and what they can do. Tell me somebody more gangster than the Koch brothers. Put their name right there. I'd love to know who they are. You tell me one black person on the face of the earth is gangster as the Koch brothers. No, I said they walk like gods on the earth. Like. They walk like they think they gods. You kidding me? They will rewrite the law. You must never met one. You must never. Fannon, you're a fraud. Danny the Great. Yeah, sure. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Just stop, dog. Okay, whatever. You guys think what the fuck y'all motherfuckers want to think. But I don't care. Like, I give not a fuck, okay? Nada. I'm like I said, dude. If you don't see that businessmen, people that run major Fortune 500 corporations are the most influential and powerful people on the planet, you're nuts. And you're living in a motherfucking la-la land. That's where the money's coming from. That we're squabbling over. Okay? That's where the money, all this money that all the shiny things we're squabbling over here, that's who owns it. Boss. Boss does. Which is why, of course, Oh, the Universal Commercial Code breaks all democratic laws? I have to think about that. But those are, I mean, that's guidelines for the states that they would follow. But I may be interested in why you say that. But yeah, I do believe that is generally as a concept. Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm not an. Wow, that's interesting, man. I like that. LeVar Jones said, I appreciate your realness, Fannon. Floyd is definitely a fronter. He did a good job for himself, and that's it. Floyd, Leonard, Al, be capping hard. I don't know if they are or not, Doug. But I'm just saying, and I don't even know, I've never even heard Al Heyman speak. Yeah, pretty much. It's just it's a lot of stuff, man. Hey, Paul Carrick said, hey, Fannon, do you think the PBC can keep Manny's belt? Yeah, I don't see anybody else why they would want to why the sanctioning bodies would have somebody fight for. Yeah, I don't see there being a bigger money fight outside of the PBC for welterweight. You know what I mean? The Koch brothers own the second largest private business in the United States. They are gigantically powerful, dog. Gigantically powerful, man. You're not, I mean, it's just, but that's okay, man. That's all right, you guys. Showing that business law is the highest law on the land. No. Highest law on the land is the Constitution, without a doubt. The highest law of the land is the Constitution. For sure. For sure it is. But the most powerful, the problem with that is, though, that judicial interpretation is the problem with that. That's the judiciary. But, you know, I don't really pay attention a lot to that anymore. It's so disgusting over there that it's just disgusting to me. As you can tell me, I just, you know, that's why I like to stay in my room, man. So I like to stay in my room. So I like to stay to myself. You know what I mean? This is just a lot of cricket stuff, man. You know, Fannon, you think boxing can get back to the golden era in the 1970s? Yes, I do. Absolutely. And I feel more promising about that than ever. I feel really do, because you're really just away from an organizational change, one minor organizational change in the PBC, if I'm correct. See, in a way, from a perspective of like an organizational development perspective, this is a good thing. I mean, it may sound like I'm going hard on my opinion about Floyd Mayweather Jr., but really and truly, if you listen to what I said, I'm telling you what this guy can be. He can be one of the best things that have ever happened to boxing. He really can be. But it just has to be in a way that you can't control boxing. Because, see, here's the thing, man. Being a control freak, when you're controlling a lot, when you have a lot of people working for you, you really can't be a control freak. And it's a managerial error. Like I had about 200 people that were underneath me. And they were different types of positions. You can never really have working for you. Somebody told me this. A guy was, man, one of the best pieces of advice that I'd ever gotten, told me you can never have more than 6 people working for you, no matter what. Because I closed this really big deal, and dude pulled me to the side, was like, look, man, you can never more than 6 people that work for you. Anything else is unmanageable. So he just needs to become a better internal. All right, there's bringing the money in, and then there's the product, right? And there's the interpersonal human resource related things. The fact that this is a 1099 setup and you have all these independent contractors that like I said, you really can't force to do anything. The problem with that is that you also now have decentralized management, right? Decentralized management. So like IT was developed like this, like originally, and this is, I'm going to get a little bit technical and I'm going to draw a comparison between information systems technology and the organization in a boxing organization, like say the PBC, right? Not knowing everything about it, but because it really is the same principle. During the early, there was something called a mainframe. You guys remember mainframes? Like, so y'all probably too young to remember mainframes. But major organizations like IT used to have a big mainframe, and they had dummy terminals that went off of them, right? So that none of the processing power, like all the things you can do on your phone, like all those decisions you can make on your phone, they were not, most of those features were not available to the dummy terminals. All of the data and the systems processing and all that took place on the mainframe. But then, so that was centralized. You call that hub and spoke. So you got the hub, and then you got the spokes that go out, right? That's easier to manage because all of the decisions are being made centrally. But when you have decentralized management, which is like the client server type of thing, now it's cloud technology, and their architectures are even more loose, right? Where you have all this blockchain technology. And anyway, I'm a little bit behind on that technology. That's just because I've not been working on deals related to it. But suffice it to say that when you start it with, the more distributed your decision makers are, right? The more individuals you have to deal with, the more drama that there is going to be, because there's a less control that you have over each independent thing. So the fact that you have an independent company in Errol, Spence promotion, and an independent company, whatever Gervonta Davis's shit is, and whatever, Shawn Porter's is, and whatever these others are, right? These are all different separate entities, right? But, there's no centralized management. The challenge for somebody in that position is, how do you navigate the communication issues between those? Because confusion is the best way for manipulative people to rise to the top of organizations. And there's a higher likelihood of confusion when you have organizations that are decentralized. If everybody's sitting in the room and talking with one another, you know what the truth is. That's what happened with other things. When you get there and nobody else involved, that's just what it is. And you see what it is. And then there's no he said, she said to it. There's no whispers in the back. You know what I mean? There's no a source told me, but I can't tell you who the source is. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the reasons why also when somebody says I have a source, but I can't tell you, you got to be like, okay, well, who is that? That's the promoter. You know what I mean? Or somebody that's a cat paw from the promoter or something. Like, why can't you tell who the person is? You know what I mean? Or it could be just out of respect for it if you're not a media person and you just don't want to get it out. But, open networks is like, that was really like the best. The solution to that was killed, though, in IT. When they in information systems, when they refused to have a standard code, right? A standard language. We know how you have Mac and you have Windows, those separate operating systems. There was a point in time that if we really wanted information to flow freely and effectively around the world, that you would have open systems where the basic architecture of the system can be shared by everyone, so that whenever you design it, it can be used. But people want to profit, so they split them in two. So that's what I'm saying. You also have to be very careful of that in boxing, just boxing, because you see that in boxing. It's split in two. Maybe it's split in two. I don't even now know if it's really split in two. You know what I mean? Because that's just what I'm saying. When you have somebody that will cat's paw you, you have to take that shit to the, you know what I mean? You have to be like, okay, well, how, and you can start making connections between things. But that's why you shouldn't do it. You should just be as honest as you can be. So it really doesn't matter what people find out or what people say, because you know it. You know what I mean? I talk to this dude. I talk to that dude. Talk to him. This is bad. So do I think that I said all that to say, do I think Floyd's a genius in that regard? No, I do not think so. No, I do not think I do not think that he is an organizational development specialist, nor a change management specialist, nor, you know what I mean? No, I do not. I believe he's a boxer with a lot of money that has a great name and reputation as a great fighter who has access to people with a lot of resources and has the ability, and his focus is on making the money. It does not seem to me that it's just that same genius of Al Heyman, right? That's why I said he's an MBA, right? Because that makes sense financially. That's how you make the most money. But from somebody who might be a human resources person, they might say, yeah, Al, we got some problems happening over here. You know what I mean? We got some problems over here. You know, not everybody's playing nice with one another. You know, you got one kid bullying the fuck out of everybody else because he's too big and can't nobody fuck with him. You know what I mean? Like that. In a decentralized organization, you'd be like, but I can't say anything to the big kid. He might whoop me too. You know what I mean? But so in a decentralized situation like that, and you just got a big ass bully running around punching people in the mouth because his power is not his physicality, right? And that's why I told you I got off that subject. Excuse me. In the 48 rules of power, whatever that dumb shit was, people also miss the idea of what power is. Now it does address power, right? It does address power. It does. The ability to make what you want to have happen. But don't confuse money with power. Money allows you to greater leverage, right? But it is not in well, shit, it is a lot of power because you can fuck over a lot of shit with money. However, it's not the only kind of power. And other type of powers you can look at somebody who's not interested in money. That's the way to say it better. Like money, the value of money is what determines its power, you know, or you like, unless you're trying to hire somebody to beat somebody up, you know what I mean? Some shit like that. But even then, if you're hiring somebody to beat somebody up, you got to, the amount of money you pay is dependent on who you ask them to beat up. You want me to pay me what, $500 to go beat up my mother? No. Matter of fact, dog, ain't no amount of money that I'm going to take to beat up my mother. That type of thing. That's a use of power. That's how what is called immediate power. The ability to beat somebody up or hurt them or something like that, right? Long-standing power, though, is like, but that's like short and quick. You know what I mean? Like short and quick. And everybody has it to a certain degree. Immediate power. The ability to harm you. Or the ability to or the ability to reward you. Punish you and reward you. Those are not the only type of power. Knowledge is power, right? If I know everything about you, I know how you move, I know what you think, I know what you're going to do next, and I have power over you because you're predictable. And no matter what you do, short, immediate power, if you're in that situation, you're at a grand disadvantage. And you could be in a type of disadvantage that money won't buy your way out of, right? So for like on the internet, you really can't. That's the influencer thing on the internet. You can't buy your way out of 50,000 people's opinion. You'd have to pay off 50,000 people. How are you going to do that? Not going to do that. You're going to want to charge people $75 for this fight coming up, though, right? And you're going to need people to talk positively about this $75 fight in the middle of a pandemic. I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, there's different kind of things. You know what I'm saying? There's different kind of things, different types of power, which is why you shouldn't just fuck with it. Like, what law do you use with what type of power? Like, okay, this rule applies to power, but what type of power does Rule 5 apply? Is there a type of power that Rule 6 and Rule 8 and Rule 9 don't apply to, that 7, 6, and 3 do apply to? You know what I mean? Are there people that don't have the ability to use law 6, 4, 8, 9, and 12? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's the most stupidest, dangerous book that there is. It doesn't tell you how to use it based on who you're dealing with, which is why the cat's paw is the go-to crooked nigga move, because it prevents you from knowing what the interests are of the people that you're talking to. But subscribe to the Patreon for the negotiation class videos. I ain't do it. Hey, Black Samurai said, thank you, Fannon, for spitting facts beyond boxing. No worries, man. It's all good, man. The man with the most money control the man with the pen that make the laws. Yes, and they control them, and the people with they control the people with the guns. Add the last part. The man with the money control the man with the pen that makes the laws that control the people with the guns, which allow you to control the people with the people who are just the people. And the people then generate the money for the man, and on goes the circle of the snake called capitalism. Just what it is. It's continually out of balance, and it is an extension. It is an extension of monarchy. It's an extension of monarchy. That's why people are like, I'm a business. I feel like a king. I'm a king. What do kings do? They rule over other people. What do bosses do? They rule over other people. It is by its nature, right? All that people symbology everybody's talking about all the time. This nigga, that's the pyramid. That's the pyramid. Because I should tell you, because it's hierarchical. You have the one guy at the top that is the eye that sees and controls, and it gets wider as it goes down. So it's the principle. That's why it's only one man. You cannot have more than 6 work for you. Because you cannot, one with 500, it doesn't work. But here's the problem. You can also have a bottom down. If one can control the 500, your 6 is going to be done. See, because ultimately, the money comes from us. Right? Money comes from us. If you're the king, the money still comes from the people and the land. So your hierarchical structure that names you king is only good to the extent that it can weigh down the base of the pyramid. But what happens if you take the 500 bricks off the bottom of that bitch and go to top rank with them? And then you take the next bottom of branch off that bitch. Yeah. And they go to the zone. You not quite the king you used to be. You looking a little closer to land. Looking a little closer to land, huh? When the people ain't with you. When the bottom bricks on that pyramid ain't with you. Your pyramid it stays a pyramid. And at the point in time when it gets just to that top pyramid, it's a pyramid scheme. You know what I'm saying? And your shit is gone. Telling you, dog. There's flaws to the pyramid. Okay. And there's an information system. Now, the other thing is when you disguise the pyramid and you show it from the top down, where you don't know what it is. And also, you still have that same dynamic looking at a period, looking at a pyramid from the stars. Now, if you are at the top of a pyramid looking down on it, then it looks like it's just a group. It's just like it's a square, right? But with a dot in the middle. So really, you're just the focal point of everybody else, but it's all at the same level. It all appears the same level because you're looking top down. But if you're looking at it from the ground, it's dude, symbolically, the pyramid is just the things that the different thought processes that analyze and the shape of that can take you through is amazing. It's amazing. That's why it's so important that it has to be European. Has to be. Can't be Africans. Oh my Lord. Can't be. Thank you for now for spit. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Black Samurai. Hey man, it's my pleasure. So let me talk boxing with y'all, man. I've been going for a while. I was signed to Al Heyman in music. My group was Black by Demand. We were able to maneuver in scenes like a big group and was paid so. Al has so many smart people with allies as well as himself. Yes, sir. Without a doubt. Al Heyman looks like a motherfucking monster to me. And I don't mean any disrespect to Al Heyman at all. Not at all. I think that he's a very, very sharp businessman. Very sharp businessman. But there are issues that are innate in organizational structures. And some people have expertise that other people don't. Human resources is just a very underestimated necessity in your business. Communication analysts and things like that are very important. So do you have communication analysts? Do you have people that are out there that can go out? Like, if you want to distribute a message to everybody in the PBC, how's that message communicated? Right? If you want to change a policy or you want somebody to fight one another, like, there's all kind of things, but because it's distributed for the sake of to save cost, you also lose a lot of the value that you get by people being employees. That's just the nature. That's the difference between, it's much easier job for Bob Arum to control people in the top rank than it would be for Al Heyman to control in the PBC, because it's decentralized. That's my point. It's not a matter of the issue that we're in the PBC, somebody can get blackballed, can be because somebody's so big that they can just dominate the resources. Right? They can take all the dates. They can take all the good fighters. If there's site fees, they can take the site fees. However, those independent people compete against each other in a decentralized environment, the person with more resources is the more powerful person because he can do whatever he wants and everybody else is waiting on a paycheck. That's just innate to the structure, to the decentralized nature of the organization. Over in Bob Arum with Top Rank, he can do what he wants to do. It's his company. If he don't like what you're doing, he can freeze you out completely, or he can make there's still that. They do have the independent. There's some of that there, but it's easier to do. It's easier to do to manipulate somebody and make more in-house fights, where you have to make like virtual in-house fights over there, from what I can see outside looking in at the PBC. But at the end, dude, still, man, the environment. What's going on, Smiley? Trailer. But it's all in all, though, from an organizational standpoint, that's the decision. That's why I'm like, dude, it's not a bad decision, because I did not know I didn't think about the organizational structure of the PBC. Then that's important in deciding what kind of person you want to work for, because some people want to be employees. Some people want that. They want to be employees. They want to have a certain amount of fights guaranteed them. They want the security of their 11 kids, 13 kids. It's not a bad business decision, especially if it's a situation where big dog eat little dog, and you ain't the big dog, right? Big dog eats little dog works when you the big dog. Big dog eats little dog sucks when you the little dog. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just think that I think you should I apologize to Terence Crawford for that. I was wrong. And that's a very long explanation of it, but I owe him an apology for that. For the you need to sign with the PBC thing. Because that's not necessarily the case, man. You can't look at what's happening with Gary Russell Jr. over his career and say that is surefire the case. And also, I'm not going to take seriously anybody on any video saying that they are super in love with the PBC. Not going to believe. I'm not, because what else are they going to say? Right? That's just unfortunate from the fact that, I'm just not ignorant, man. I'm not ignorant anymore, man. Nate the Great said, salute, love the conversation. Can I get a link to your Patreon? For sure. I think it's for non-boxing on Patreon. And I'm definitely going to get to digging at it. I apologize to the Patreons because I've just been on this so much. Really, I really apologize to you guys. But really, this stuff is why I was like, dude, originally I wanted to do this negotiation stuff. So I was like, this is just such a great vehicle to talk about organizational development, career development, for older executives, some of the considerations that you need to make when you're dealing in a decentralized organization, having more effective communication, right? And making sure that, because when there's ineffective, it's like kids. When there's ineffective communication, one side will play somebody, right? So there is a possibility that I could just be like, there's two scenarios of the PBC that I see that could result in what I think I'm seeing. To be fair, it's either one, but I think the most likely one, though, the most likely one is that let me put it this way. The one that I want to be the case, the scenario that I hope is the case, in the one that in my narrative, I'm going to say I'm just going to lean towards it being the case. Out of massive credit to Al Heyman, which is the only reason I'm not like really going in. Like, because that dude is the truth, man, in what he's been able to accomplish. And I believe it appears that he's trying to accomplish. So what I'm hoping it is that you just got a bully in the playground. And just, you know, him and Al got to sit down and have a conversation. And say, hey, man, there's a bully in the playground, man. It's like, look, man, it's a bad look. Beating little niggas like Gary Russell up. It's a bad look, man. Can't be seen beating up Gary Russell Jr. like that. Just can't. He got some cornball on YouTube with fucking diatribes with 30,000 people watching. No, man, we can't do that. That's bad for business. That's bad business. This is bad business. Truly. Getting caught in a cat's paw with a loudmouth YouTuber is bad business. It's really bad business. And it's rank amateur. Rank amateur. The lions are not supposed to concern themselves with the sheep. So the LDBC must be the lions. Thanks for the verification. But that's a bad look. This is all a bad look. Heading for pay-per-views too. Because, dog, I did a video today about Jermell Charlo and Jamal Charlo, and I was like, my whole video was questioning whether or not I'm paying $74 for this. So my whole video is that deep in my mind. Like, am I paying for this? Because now I got to really look at the value. Really look at the value of the fight. Really look at the value of Gervonta Davis and Gary Russell Jr. versus the value that the PBC could be giving me. $75 for Deontay Wilder and Deontay Wilder fight, I will pay because I support Deontay Wilder. I don't give a fuck what you charge me. I'm supporting Deontay Wilder. I'll be the dumbest nigga. I'll be the only nigga in there paying $300 for a motherfucking Deontay Wilder pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to take a dime from that man because honestly, dude, put two and two together. What's 2 plus 2? It's 4. You see this silence? This is really me not trying to go there. Can somebody tell me not to go there? Do I need to go there? Let's put a 1 if I need. Put a 1 if you know. Put a 1 if you know. Put a 1 if you know. Good. 1. What's good, Ohio Runs Boxing? 1. This 1's coming. Now, I'm not taking it there. Not taking it there. Be careful when you get caught in cat's paws. Anthony Hernandez 2 said, so can you tell me nope? I already did. I already did. I already did. I'm just waiting for BFTB to get it. But it ain't going to be me. But it ain't going to be me. For nine, I want you to chew motherfuckers up. Nah. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you, dude. You know, see, the reason that I asked that, because I wanted to know if people would go there, would think that. Just wanted if people would think that. No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to connect headlines for you. I will not connect headline. No, I will not connect dots for you. No, I will not connect any dots for you. No, I will not connect any dots for you. See, that's where it is, man. That's why you can't be caught with that shit, man. That's why you can't get caught doing shit like that. I know you value my opinion, so I'm not going to give it. I withhold my opinions from time to time. I'm just joining what's going on. Fill me in. Now, man, we just talking about Terence Crawford and how Terence Crawford could be perfectly fine over there, top rank. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just so you know that I have decorum and I do have limitations. Why are people talking about Terence Dud Crawford? He ain't fighting any of the top fighters at welterweight. He needs to give up the belt and let the Hungry Lions fight for it. Terence? For what? Man, come on, man. That's just going to go to Josh Taylor. I just heard Floyd gave the green light for the fight. He should. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. No, I'm not going. No. I want to so bad, dog. I want to so bad, dog. I want to so bad. You do not even know how bad I want to, dog. You don't know. But in the heart of hearts, dog, heart of hearts, I'm like, man, sometimes, dog, it's just some shit that's too much. You can't go BFTB. You can't go BFTB. Oh, dog, we got 800 people in the building. These real LDBC dudes. Good to know with how many we really got in here, dog. Dog, let me tell you, dog, I ain't spilling shit, dog. I ain't spilling shit. Ain't no need to spill this right in your fucking faces. It's right in your faces. It's right in your face. Yeah, all of y'all, it's right in your face. It's right in your fucking face. I'm just telling you, it's right in your face. It's right in your face. Whoo! Oh, please leave me alone. Said, been in your face, better late than never. Hold on. I have to take a knee in apology to drink more water. Sir, you were right, and I was wrong. I underestimated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Omaha, Nebraska. I'm sorry, but you niggas need to stop acting like you don't want to fight nobody. Okay? That doesn't go away. You got to act like you fight them. That's the only beef I had. Act like you want to fight them. Say that you want to fight them. Don't say you don't so everybody thinks you don't. Now that we know duck campaigns run around this bitch, you definitely got to say it now. Everybody got to say they want to fight. Nobody in boxing now can say they don't want to fight. You have to say you want to fight. If you say you don't want to fight, Doug, I'm trying to tell you, the block is hot. What's that song? The block is hot. The block is hot, hot. The block is hot. I don't even know who made that song. I think it's Lil Wayne. I love that shit. The block is hot. The block is hot, hot. Dog, seriously, the block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot on them ducks, dog. The block is hot on them ducks. But dude, for real, just generally speaking, the block is hot. Nigga, the block is hot, dog. The block is hot. The block is so hot. You just don't know how hot the block is. You don't know how hot the block is. Like, the block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. I'm sitting on it, dog. I'm sitting on it because I think I could do some shit. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. This is why I'm glad I'm a member of the LDBC. Because if I was not, nigga, the block is hot. The block is hot. Nigga, the block is hot. The block, I don't give a fuck, really. Like, really, really. Like, really, really, I don't care. Like, really, really, I don't care. Really, I would let shit fly. But it's not my shit to let fly. It's not my shit to let fly. The block is hot. The block is hot. Hey, Floyd, the block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. I'm doing you a favor and I'm telling you, the block is hot. The block is hot. Nigga, the block is hot. The block is hot. That's what I would be telling dudes, man. Look, your phone cracking. Your phone's cracking. You know what I mean? They've been running from Bud. Nah, dog, don't get out of here, man. Don't get all crazy. I don't care, 48, 42, whatever. I think the whole book is trash. Did you just release a video when you was on live? I'm getting notifications now about a new video of yours. Nah, I released that earlier today. You're just getting your notification on delay. But the block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Ooh, the block is hot. Because I know I didn't. Hey, I'm going to tell you something for sure. Somebody thinks the block is hot. The block is hot. And, dog, the block is hot. I'm talking about that. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about. Ain't nobody asking no real LDBC. Niggas know. D-Rock E said, you and BFTB set people up something crazy. Them videos went up quick. What? Hey, dog, I don't know why. Seriously, in all dumb shit, because I'm not going to talk about it. But, dude, for real, of all things, dog, why? Look, try Jesus. Don't try me. Dog, for real, that song, that don't try Jesus, don't try me. Dog, that's BFTB, dude. For real. Dude, BFTB, other than me, because I don't really do that. Like, I don't really debate. More, I do something different. I don't even know what it is, but it's not debating. You know what I mean? It's not debating. It's not talking. I like for my words to have like some form of action associated with them. Like to make something happen. which is a little bit different than debating for the point of having people agree with you or disagree with you or show off, you know, how you can bottle somebody up logically. I don't really like to do that because I already get the fucking point. Talking to you is motherfucking illogical to me. Like that shit's just illogical talking to 90% of you. So, but BFTB is gonna try to come get me. BFTB be practicing so much, I got to get into a debate every once in a while just to keep sharp. Like, hold on, man, let me pull out the sword every once in a while. Yip, 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 yip. Just to make sure I can do it. Make sure I got my, can I get it? Yep, it's still, it's all right. But to send somebody at BFTB, dude, is really, dude, like the book is out. My play is out. Now people ain't going for it. Aki ain't going nowhere near that dude. That guy's name, and I was subscribed to his channel. Grew tremendously. Just growing leaps and bounds. So proud of that young man. All that hard work and effort that you're doing to grow. Awesome. I am impressed. The connections, I'm impressed. Impressed. But stay from BFTB, dog. Try Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Try Jesus. I got some good news. This topic got the block hot. Yes, sir. I got some good news. This topic got the block hot. Yeah. Block is hot. Oh, and you got people just sitting out. Now you got vultures sitting outside the door. D-Rod said you be teaching. Hey, yeah, that's kind of like one more thing. Like, I would rather give you what you need, and I just don't take any credit for it, and I don't have anything to do with it. It gives me something. You know what I mean? Like, if I can help you understand something that as a boxer or a fan of boxer can help you, that's what I'm here for. And sometimes carnage results. And just sometimes carnage results. And I don't mean for that to be the case, man. I really don't. But I know now that there's a lot of guys that do videos about me attacking me. And have been making consistent pushes and videos at me for a while now. And I've been shitting on Floyd for about 3 years. It's amazing how many people are obsessed with me. You ever notice that? You ever seen how many times when I put out certain videos about certain people, how there's Americans going at me like that in support of Deontay Wilder? Specifically, there's an amazing amount of American black fans that don't like Deontay Wilder. It's amazing. It's like I don't even understand it. How could it be? Where could this come from? How did that happen? What? Means, motive, opportunity. Means, motive, opportunity. If anything out of order takes place, look at everybody around and determine person by person who has the means, the motive, and the opportunity. If they don't got the means, it wasn't them. If they don't have the means, but they got the motive and the opportunity, it wasn't them. He didn't have a gun. Yes, he was there. Yes, he had a motive. He can't stand him. Yes, he had the opportunity. He was standing right next to him. But he didn't have the means to do it. Can't be him. Next guy. He has the means. He's wealthy. But he doesn't have the motive. He loves this guy. It's his son. There's no motive there. Opportunity, he had the opportunity, but he didn't have the motive. He goes. This guy's rich. This guy has the motive, but he was in France. He didn't have the opportunity. Somebody got the means, the motive, and the opportunity. That is who it is. And then start digging into the facts. Why you hate Crawford saying he's ducking, but before he got a belt, he called out the PBC fighters and they told Bud to get a belt first. There's nothing else that I can say. Wilder should not be supported at all costs. No, he should not. That is absolutely ridiculous. I will not support support Deontay Wilder if I catch him trying to blackball another fighter. I will not support him. Not a chance. Not a chance. Why not? Because I'm not a guy like you. I'm not a piece of shit. I'm not a piece of shit. Same reason. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. After I block you, let me block you, then answer your question. Okay. Now that you're gone, let me ask you a question. Why are you bringing up Wilder? I'm talking about people having means, motive, and opportunity to do something funny. What would Wilder have to do with that? There's nothing happened funny around Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's quiet as a church mouse since after his last two fights with Floyd, after his fight with Tyson Fury. Ain't nothing funny happening with him. He lost the fight. Ain't nobody heard from him since. Ain't nothing fun about that. Said, but he hasn't. What he means as of now, Fannon, Wilder is for the people. Look, dude, there's going to be people that are going to hate on Deontay Wilder, dog. And the dislike in for Deontay Wilder, the inability to make fights, sounds like Gary Russell Jr., bro. Sounds like Gary Russell Jr. Floyd don't fuck with Deontay, man. Not at all. That's my understanding. Floyd don't fuck with Deontay. Deontay is not somebody who's going to lay down and tell and be a single fan for you. He's not going to go to your house and look around and look at your cars with you and, and let you put his hands on. You can't put your hand on his shoulder, number one, because you're too little. But it's just not how he's going to roll. Don't let them. I don't care about them dudes. Man, dude, that dudes ain't real. None of that shit's real, man. We're real. They're not real. We're real. They're not real. Okay? They're not real. Like, it's not based in reality. It's based in monetary. It's just a marketing ploy. This is some old marketing shit. This is some I'm hiring you motherfuckers to control this social media. What the fuck y'all doing? I'm going to fire y'all if y'all don't get y'all shit together. I'm going to do it myself. That type of shit. Some old temper tantrum type shit. Nobody interested in some fucking prolonged ass temper tantrum. Dog, Cat sat there and talked honestly. Gary Russell Jr., I'm not even going to get into it. I'm trying not to get into it. However, I'll put it this way. Man, come on, man. Stop. Dog, when I say PBC, I mean Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a bully in the yard, okay? I'll go away from he is just the PBC, okay? Because there is Al Heyman. And I don't want to act like Al Heyman is just imaginary. Because you know why? Because it hurt when I found out there was no Santa Claus. That's not true, though. But if I was some dummy, it would have hurt when I found out there was no Santa Claus. That hurts to think that something that you think is one way is something else. Which is why gaslighting is so fucked up. You think you're having an honest conversation with somebody, but you're not. You block people like a female. Let me tell you, Shawn Smith, I'm glad that you said that. You block people like a female. Exactly. If you are acting like a dick that I don't want around me, you ain't coming near me. Okay? You sound like a fucking rapist saying that shit. What kind of nigga says that? Have you raped somebody before? You ever been accused of sexual assault? Ever beat up any women or something? Who the fuck says that? You block people like a female. Nigga, why should a female have to block themselves from you? What are you talking about, Shawn Smith? Why should a woman have to block? Why would a woman block herself from you? You punching her? Only reason a woman have to block something is if you're trying to punch her. Some shit like that. Fuck you talking about, Shawn Smith? I mean, dude, I don't care. I know he's going. I mean, dog, I'm not even on that screen. I'm reading this shit as it comes. You blocked him for later conversations. That shit was right there on my screen. I'm going to act like the nigga's still here. He's going to come back in somebody else's name anyway. Dog, I'm trying to tell you. Please. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Telling you. Fairly telling you, the block is hot. Don't keep pushing it. I will get 100,000 views. Without a fucking doubt. Without a doubt. 100,000 views. Easy. Might be my biggest video ever. I might become a star off the shit I could put up. It would be the biggest body in the history of internet bodies. I think I already got the biggest body in history. I thought Dan Rayfield was the biggest body. I think I got somebody bigger, quite honestly, just the other day. Because technically speaking, I won the negotiation with about $500. I paid about $500. 500 bucks. That's all it costs. 500 bucks over 2 days. 500 bucks. Oh, my 100K is around the corner. No, I'm saying I'm going to get 100,000 views on the video. But if I do the video, it might cost somebody a couple $100 million. Might cost you $100 million. Might just cost $100 million. For 500 bucks. Knowledge is power, homie. Knowledge is power. And Sherlock Holmes got niggas by anecdotal evidence documented on YouTube channels all over the place for months on end with a big ass whodunit. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Love Lil Wayne. The block is hot. The block is hot. So I'm saying, man, let y'all just, play like good kids, man, because I want to see this pay-per-view. Who you think is going to win, Jason Rosario or, oh, by the way, yes, the pay-per-view is worth it. Block is hot. The block is hot. Block is hot. Now, I do want to let you know that I do know that what we put out here on YouTube really does hit the streets. Literally. I get it now. Charlo by KO. Yep. Knowledge is power, and it costs to be the boss. Does. But if you have knowledge, but you don't want to be the boss, that's the best shit you can have. Knowledge is really powerful if you don't want to be the boss. I don't give a shit. And it ain't my knowledge. It's just right there. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Block. Let me drink my water. Give me a sip of this water. The block is hot. The block is hot. Block is hot. The block is hot. Block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. I rather the knowledge. What is that? Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Knowledge is only powerful when knowledge is applied. That is definitely true. It's elementary, Watson. Exactly, Buddy Lee. It's elementary, Watson. It's elementary. It's elementary. It's not complicated. It's just the elephant in the room. It's just the elephant in the room. It's just the elephant in the room. The big elephant in the room. Let's get to these super chats. Y'all don't like my videos? Can y'all like my show today? I'm not talking about, I just want to make sure, because I'm not talking about Devin Haney and all of that. So if y'all like this, just let me know if y'all like it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Actually, how about that? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat? I don't want to play with the algorithm. Just if you like it, just put a thumbs up in the chat. I appreciate you, man. That's enough. A thumbs up in the chat works for me because I can see it over here and I don't feel like chasing numbers today. I don't feel like chasing numbers today. Block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Not enough detail, being too vague. The block is hot. No, you're just not very bright. It's not my fault. The block is hot. The block is hot. This is for people who are here. This is what's called speaking in code to people that know and have been fans of the channels and have been watching what's going on in boxing and ain't just here off no dumb shit. Just trying to act and fake and get in. No, I'm about the real. Who's the real LDBC? Who's the real subscribers to the channel? That's why I'm just telling you that the block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Because everybody that what is known don't need to be explained. What is that? What is understood doesn't need to be explained. The block's hot. The block's hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. That's all I can say about that. That's like the message of the day. Listen to Theory. Floyd was mad Wilder was getting bigger than him and started really hating bad on him. Then when he loses and no more threat to his record, now he be friends with him and shows him the ropes. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Yes, sir. John Page, my man, 100 grand. My man, 100 grand. Based on your theory, is Devin Haney a Matchroom or a PBC mole in Matchroom and DAZN? Wow, Bible Eagle, that is a very loaded statement. You don't have to ask me my theory. First of all, let's get on your theory out of that. And just say, is Devin Haney a Mayweather or PBC mole? Is he a Mayweather or PBC mole in Matchroom and DAZN? No. What Devin Haney is a protege of Floyd Mayweather Jr. And he is the son of Bill Haney. And he is signed to Eddie Hearn in a co-promotional deal and fights on DAZN. I don't know anything about him being a mole. He's a fighter. He's a 21-year-old kid trying to be the best fighter in the world and might just do it. And might just do it. And might just do it. That's who Devin Haney is. He's the WBC welterweight champion of the world. One of the best fighters on the planet. And hopefully the next opponent for Gary Russell Jr. Bible English, you're a bitch. Why be that way? See, that's how they try to get you, the cute ones, with the loaded questions. Did you or did you not return that hot dog you stole? Yes or no? Oh, can't answer the question like that because yes or no doesn't imply I didn't steal it. Fuck out of here, man. Bye. Damn right. The game is to be sold, not told. Thank you. Said, who really begging for? Oh, it said, I'm begging for attention. Let's go, Fannon. Showing aggression. Man, not today, man. I ain't really trying to be aggressive with nobody, man. It's all love and peace and Soul Train and all that. You know what I mean? Rosario will be a big pillow to swallow for Charlo, and I am looking for a war between the two. Man, I can't wait for that fight. That's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight, man. And it does give a lot. It does settle. Now, what I really hope is, I just hope, man, that all of this stuff can get worked out, man, and you know, we can start seeing some really, really good fights. Because it really is a shame when the drama outside the ring is more entertaining to people than what's in the ring. Because quite honestly, this soap opera shit is more entertaining for people than the fights that get made. I was for real. I could not believe this. I couldn't believe this. But I was on a live stream, and yesterday I got a notification in the middle of my stream that the Charlo brothers YouTube workout, you know, that their press workout was on. I think we might have had like 1,100 people on at the time. I went there and there was like 500 people there. That might have got more later on, but I was like, once people got a notification that Jermell Charlo and Jamal Charlo were having a public workout, shouldn't everybody in my chat have left? I'm a black channel. I'm not a fight. I'm just talking boxing. If Floyd Mayweather Jr. had been in the press conference, everybody would have been like, hey, Fannon, this is on. I got to go. All right, cool. We'll wrap it up. But not for the Charlos. That's crazy. That's Duber to me said that's true. Drew's show Sunday was about Styles matchup, great discussions, but I like the clockwork. Somebody came and just, oh, that's not on me, man. Mr. T King Texas said, nah, Fannon, I'll catch that shit on replay. That's what's up. And that's Mr. T King Texas. Colonel's workout is today. Oh, who's Colonel? Oh, Colonel? Hey, man. Hey, though, Terence Crawford, you going to fight Egas Calvinakis next? Let me get out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. And thank you guys so much. For anybody that I might have upset by my terrible singing that the block is hot, the block is hot, the block is hot, the block is hot. Just telling you. I think I sees something on the horizon. All right, man. Oh, Tank versus Regis. Too much like right, dog. Too much like right. Anyway, it is what it is. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat, and I love the PBC. Rock on, PBC. Great organization. Shout out to Al Heyman. Great dude, man. For real, I don't mean any insult. If anybody around there, I'm just saying, dog, that shit was funny. That shit was funny, dog. That shit was funny. That shit was funny. Dog, your boy got caught out there, hanging out there. Anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.